Hi, this is Yvonne McNary, and we're here this evening with some very interesting people, interesting travelers. We're here with Laura Justice with Project Child out of River of Life Church in Springfield, Kentucky. And we're going to be talking about that and how you can sponsor a child for an entire year to go to school. Okay? And we also have John Hanford here, who makes it possible for our people to actually travel to Lakamba, Tanzania. How are you doing, John?
Fine, thank you.
Good to have you here today.
Thank you.
And Dr. John Isaacs, who made his first trip this past year, and we're going to talk a little bit about that to give you some idea of what's expected there and some of the things that he did and saw. So I'm going to get first of all with Laura. Okay, Laura, I know you're with Project Child. Can you tell me a little bit about how that got started?
Project Child got started basically from the first trip that Pastor Troy took over, and from that spun off this desire to help out the school there in Lakamba and sponsoring children so they can get an education.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the school?
The name of the school is Lakamba Integrity School.
Okay. Now, I know a sponsorship for a child to go to school there is $480 per year.
Yes, $40 a month.
$40 a month. Can you tell me what that entails?
Yes. When you sponsor a child, that enables a child to go to school, to actually attend school, pays for a uniform, their materials for education, the curriculum, and for teacher salary.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that $480 goes a long way.
It does go a long way.
Oh, gee. Okay, I'm going to talk with John Hansford, who is with Imara. Tell us a little bit about Imara and how that goes hand in hand with River of Life as far as getting people over to Lakamba.
Yeah. Well, the Imara Ministry Foundation started with Mike and Lyndall Rothery about 5-6 years ago, and it was set up because they really wanted to work with indigenous pastors, and they also wanted to do some schools for that work within a local village that are directly connected with a local church. And part of that outreach and really discipling and training and unifying the Tanzanian church, it's a strategy that we decided to take. So part of that is that there's a lot of stuff that goes into running an entire project in Tanzania. So you have to have individuals in country who can work with the local individuals, that can work with the governmental issues, and also deal with the logistics that it takes to run day-to-day operations, and also to be able to receive people and dealing with visas and transport, things like that, to help the whole process to function appropriately.
Okay. Now, if let's say we had a group, the last group that went to Lakamba, how did you work with them?
Well, one of the great things that at least River of Life, has is that they're just a wonderful group of people to work with. They have great hearts, and they love people, and they love just to be involved in people's lives. So this is just a natural thing that they do, which is to just partner with other people on the other parts of the world. And so they just bring people in, and they work with them, and part of my role is just to help facilitate that process of training and dealing with some of the logistical issues of the travel, and also just getting them ready to deal with some of the cultural issues that they're going to face when they get there, and really try to figure out what's this reciprocal relationship of when you travel overseas. We go to give, but at the same time, when you go and experience another culture, you experience a relationship with somebody who is outside your normal frame of reference. There's a whole lot to glean from that. There's a whole lot of just what I would consider God moments that allows you to just see who He is and see the world through the eyes of Jesus, which I think is really important.
Okay. Now, when getting people ready to go on these trips, what are some of the things that they think are really, that they never even thought of that you might bring up?
Well, that's good. Do you have any things specific? Every group is different.
It really is, and I was blessed to go with a wonderful group of people. That's really what made it for me. I thought it was fantastic. So I'd like to encourage anybody, if they ever have a chance, or even have an inclination, go ahead and jump in there and do it, because it can be life changing. It really can. Wonderful time, wonderful people. John did a great job behind the scenes, and so did Laura. It's just it's amazing how easy they made it for me.
Made it work. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your trip. I know you were on the last trip that went. and you were on a medical mission.
Right. The year before, Dr. Abbey, Adam Abbey, went as a physician, and he saw a dental need. He thought the children are very healthy. Their diets are good. You wouldn't think so, but they just don't have the junk that we do that taints our diets. So they're actually very healthy people. He saw a dental need. When I got there, we saw this characteristic staining on their teeth that we were trying to figure out, and we have not yet solved the mystery, but we will. That's a goal of mine. I'm going to work with UK and solve this mystery at some point. It's coming from the water. We just don't know exactly what it is. We've heard it might be fluoride. It could be other contaminations, but we're just not really sure what it is. So when I got there, I was expecting really to see worse than what I saw, because the kids, we screened all the children in one day. Probably took about a day and a half to do it. 200 some odd. 283 children, I think. And then we did see some of the adults on the third day and did some extractions. And Dr. Abbey got his fingers wet, so to speak. I think he was counting. I think he had 25 extractions. So,
wow.
Of course, being a physician, an emergency room physician, he's not afraid of anything. So he really jumped on in there.
Yeah, we have to say a little bit about Dr. Abbey, who's not here with us today, but he did go on the trip, and he was a great help in the medical mission there, helping you in the dental clinic.
He went last year, like I say, and then he was not going to go. He's planning on getting married, so he was going to bug out on this one, but we kind of talked him into it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he went. He was a big help.
Okay. Now this was your first time going.
Yes. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get there?
The entire trip to get from Springfield to Tanzania, Arusha, took about 24 hours, I think. Is that right, John? There are several layovers, but yeah, it's a long trip with little or no sleep. You know, of course, we all had our sleeping aids, but they just don't work when you're cramped like that. So, if you ever go, expect it to be kind of tiring that first day.
Now, what type of transportation did you use after you got there?
We had just the Tanzanian Amara, I guess is what.
Toyota Land Cruisers, large vehicles that can handle about 8-9 people.
And how far did you have to travel from the airport to get to where you were going, to Lakamba?
About an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was. It doesn't seem that long, because when you're out, when you're traveling, there's so much to see that you kind of want to take it all in, and you want to absorb it. So you're always constantly looking around.
Yeah.
And it's very. I want to stress I've been all over the world, all over the country, South America, Europe, and this is really the safest place that I've ever felt. The people are just very warm and inviting. We never really had a tense moment.
Okay. Now we want to get back to the kids, and I know you had over 200 some kids of all ages that you treated, and this treatment that they got, is this included in the $480 per year for the students?
No, this is added extras, and this is just something that the Project Child team decides that they want to focus on. So this past year we decided it would be good to do a dental clinic, and so we set that up, and then we'd like to do another one, because obviously there's follow-up care that needs to happen, and so the Project Child team pretty much sets the tone for each mission trip, and each mission trip kind of has its own characteristics. So the next trip we will have a dental clinic, but we're also going to focus in on women's ministry, because the women do not get a lot of attention, a lot of medical attention, or just being uplifted. You know, they just don't get that kind of encouragement.
Okay. Now I know that you've got, how many kids do you have in the school?
At present, we're around 2 to 250, but we are downsizing.
You're downsizing. Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We're downsizing for a number of reasons. One is the quality of education is primary. Secondly, we just have some very generous people who run the school who just want everybody to come and have an education, but it's not financially equitable for everybody to come to school.
Okay.
You know.
And so that's why we're pretty much talking about this today, trying to get more sponsors,
more sponsorship,
more sponsorships for the kids,
Yes.
so that they can all go to school.
Absolutely.
Okay.